Hello everyone, welcome to PW. So today I am going to tell you about the best strategy to get single digit rank in GATE 2025. Yes, it is possible with the remaining 7 months of preparation, but it should be organized in a proper way. And I will tell you each and every step by step journey that will change your way of study for the next 7 months, and definitely you are going to get single digit rank in 2026. Now let's start what we have to do first. So see, most of the students who start their preparation journey from January or February, after 2 or 3 subjects get completed, the reluctance in mind appears that it is very difficult to go ahead. First of all, you have to keep your motivation high. Then you can easily pass that reluctance of your fearful mind. So this is the first stage, which is very important because already 4 or 5 subjects most of the students have completed. They are in the revision process and now thinking, sir, whether I will get it or not. So definitely you will get that rank. But you need to be fearless now. Emotionless study is now needed for the upcoming 7 months. So let's get started. I am Varun. I am going to tell you each and everything step by step how to score in your GATE exam. See, GATE exam is not just about the knowledge. It is the exam need patience with the knowledge. If you know how to do the selection of the questions, how to take the approach, what is the purpose of revision, what kind of questions are going to be asked, then it will be more helpful for you. So now please observe, you need to divide your preparation in the 2 parts, like foundation part and the our foundation part. Maybe if you have completed your foundation part, then you can watch. I'm just going to tell you about the our foundation part also. First of all, your goal. You need to keep your goal, set your goal high. So most of the students, while they are preparing for the GATE exam, they just thought that even if I get that much of rank, I will get the IIT or NIT. This is not the good approach. You should be first dreamed for your top 10 rank and then change your dream into action. What actions are needed? First of all, complete all core subjects. You need to complete each and every core subject because core subjects are a little bit lengthier. They need more revision part. Okay, so don't leave. From my side, I'm just giving a suggestion. Don't leave any topic. Whatever is your in your GATE syllabus, try to cover it. Okay, then whatever you have completed, for that you need to make a short notes. Formula sheets are needed. You can just stick the formula sheets over your walls in front of your desk. You can put it on your study table. So what happened when you see those formulas again and again, it will be very your mind will think that this is the important data. So your retrieval will be very fast. Okay, practice beginner level questions, easy to moderate side. Whenever you found that a subject is tough, try to solve those questions or those part which you feel easy. Try to opt that first. So it will motivate you. Okay, and then you can go deeper in the particular subject. Now let's talk about foundation building of weekly plan. How you can arrange your entire week. This is the timetable is very important. If you don't have a timetable, it will be very difficult to cover entire syllabus. Okay, so timetable is very important. You can't just put a book and start reading a book from first page to last page. That will not help you for your GATE preparation. Even if you are going to read out the entire 1500 or 1600 pages of your book, no surety that the whatever the question they will design, you will be able to solve or not. You need to understand the concept. What kind of pattern paper previously they have designed. For that, best is to go with a PYQ. You need to understand the pattern of the GATE, the type of questions which is framed by the GATE, so that you can segregate what you have to study and what not to study. If you are in some paid course, you need not to worry, just follow your courses. If you are not in some paid course, try to cover the topics from some lectures that already we have given over the YouTube. Now, you should practice. For the weekly, you need to give a target to yourself, like 2 or 3 topics you need to complete. Those topics which you found difficult, you need to complete it. Daily 4 to 6 hours of study is needed. That study is dedicated to GATE only. Then only you will be able to cover each and everything in the remaining 7 months. Okay, 4 hour study is enough. If your grasping power is good, 4 hours of study is enough. Now, next is resources. Standard textbook. Though it is written over the slide that you have to follow the standard books, but you must know how to read that book. You can't just put the book and start from page 1 to last page. It is not possible, and everything which is in the book is not required for the GATE. So your standard textbook, you need to refer a standard textbook, but the topics which are required for the GATE, that only you have to cover. Okay, and for that you must need either PYQs of 20 years to analyze, or you need a better teacher who can give you, or you will get the notes of the teacher so that you will able to understand what are the topics required for the GATE exam. Paid classes is the best resources for your GATE preparation. Anywhere, it is not mandatory that you are following here only. Anywhere, you must need a paid classes. This is a must resource. Why? Because the competition level is very high. Nowadays, it is very easy to access classes online. It is available on your door. Need not to travel anywhere. Top educators are going to taught you. So, paid classes will help you a lot. PYQ book, you must need to keep a PYQ book. If you have a GATE Wallah PYQ book, you will get a additional advantage that there is a scanner. Over the scanner, you will get the video solution. Even if you are not able to understand from the text, there is a possibility that you will scan the code and get all the questions will have a QR code. So you can scan that and you can watch the video. Test series. Now this is the time to join the test series. If your 4 or 5 subjects has been completed, first you need to go with the subject wise, then move towards the mixed subject wise, okay, and finally the full length test. So in this way, if you are going to 4 or 5 test series for the subject wise and mixed subject wise and your all entire syllabus wise, then it will be sufficient for you, and this will give you a great revision resource. Also, if any topic you are unable to understand, or you have read that topic but you are unable to apply, you will be able to understand that these topics I am weak and I can focus on that particular topic. Now move ahead. Key activities. Make concise notes. This is very important. When you are trying to make a short notes, now your short notes should be concise. You need not to just put the entire lecture over you need to know what are the important topics that you are learning from, and you need to keep in the notes part so that it will help you to revise. Make your notes concise. Practice PYQ as many as possible, because almost 60% of the questions are going to be asked from the previous year questions only, not exact question. They will reframe the question. The structure of the question is different, but the concept is going to be the same. Almost 60% of the paper, entire 60% of the paper will have the same. And if you have a little bit information apart from your PYQs, if you are practicing and you are going with the daily DPPs, you are following the lectures, you can easily score your top 10 rank, because 60% means already you are in top 50. 60 marks if you are getting from the PYQs, you are already in top 50. Now you have to just do a little bit more practice so that you will not done any kind of error, and some more different type of questions if you are able to think. If you go with the test series, then you can easily come in top 10. Strength your weak subjects. Mostly what happened, like many electrical students found difficulty in the analog electronics, so they will leave the analog electronics. Many civil student finds that some irrigation subject is little bit ahead or theoretical, so they were not focusing those subjects which is not in your area of interest. Is maybe you are not likely to read those subjects, but that will carry marks in GATE, and marks in GATE is important for you. Maybe there will be a very small question asked from that particular subject. Mostly student says, sir, EMFT will have lower advantage, so shall I leave EMFT? No, you can't leave EMFT. You can't leave a subject which have a lower weightage, because there is a possibility that very easy question will come from that particular subject. Yes, of course, in the subject selection criteria, you can keep it on the lower preference, but don't leave any subject. Improve your speed and accuracy. So how you will improve your accuracy? You can improve your accuracy by going through the number of different test series. Okay, by solving different kind of questions. So if you just keep 10 questions a day of different kind, 10 questions, out of which 5 to 6 questions are from the subjects which I have been completed, 3 to 4 questions which are running apart from your DPPs and apart from your PYQs. If you are trying to keep this on your track, definitely success is going to attract towards you. Now let's talk about practice. So revise all the subjects many times. Revision is very important. Revision plays a very important role in your GATE exam, because almost you have 9 to 10 subjects which are going to be asked in just 3 hours, and the level of the concepts are in very depth. So you need to understand. There is no need to learn anything. You need to understand the concepts. Learn the formulas, but you need to understand the concept, how the formula is going to apply. If you are able to understand, then that is the crack for the gate. Now try to finish PYQ, not only from 2028 to 2025. If possible, go with 2001 to 2025 as much as you can. PYQs are good for you. You try to go through the as much PYQs as you can. Now begin with a mock test, subject wise as well as full length. Weekly plan, practice and mastery. This is the second phase. So if you have already subjects, completed your subjects, now you are in the revision part, then this is your phase 2 of the preparation. Now alternate revision of the topic test. Whatever topic test you are going to attempt, try to cover those subjects before test, not after test. So this will give you a very sound revision of the entire subject. Okay. Then appear for the topic wise test. Once you appear for the topic wise test, you will be able to analyze what are the mistakes and what are the connects you are unable to do with the formulas and concept required for a questions which you are unable to solve. So learn your mistake. That enhances your knowledge again. Learn your mistake. Don't go with a plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Don't go just as it is. The things which you know need not to give more time to that particular things. The things which you don't know, you need to spend your time on that things. Okay, so this is very important. Analyze your mistake after every test, and then again do the re-revision of those topics which you have found difficult or correctly you have marked in the test. Okay, again your study will be remain 6 to 8 hours. You need to increase your time period of this study, and in this increased time you need to give more time to the revision part. Phase 3, testing, revision and optimization. Now in this particular phase, your revision should be very intensive. Okay, different kind of questions. Now this is the phase where you need to attempt engineering services conventional question because already you have completed your all gate PYQs, already you have completed all questions, class questions. Now if you try to solve numericals of UPSC engineering services examination mains or IAS exam mains questions of your respective branch, then that will help you a lot. Only go with the numerical part because theory is not going to come in the exam, but the numerical part will give you a new kind of questions in front of you, and it will be framed by almost similar panel. Okay, those who are going to create your gate part. So a thinking ability will little bit drift there. Again, you found that there will be a calculation, so you need to do the calculators. So these are all required because you need to learn how to use the calculator so that you can do the calculation within 3 hours. Maximum number of questions you need to solve within 3 hours. Although the calculation in gate is less, but still some of the questions are calculative. And if you know how to do the fast calculation on the on-screen calculator, which you are using over the test, then you will be very familiar with that. And that is an apart from your knowledge, this will give you an additional advantage in main exam. Then final polishing of the notes, short notes and the formulas. Weekly plan of the final phase. Final phase will start in your December. So December and January you can keep that those 2 months, okay, for your final testing, revision, optimization of your phase 3. Full length mock test every week. Subject wise revision. You can just segregate the subject in 3 or 4 parts, like from day 1 to day 4 I am going to revise this particular subject. From day 4 to day 6 I am going to revise this particular subject. So likewise you can just make a plan. Okay, every student will have their own choice of subjects to start. It doesn't matter, just give the proper time to the subject so that you will have a proper revision of those subjects. Okay, and in this phase you need to increase your, every time I am saying increase. Why? Because the reluctance in the mind increases. As soon as exam approaches, reluctance increases. Maybe this year I am unable to qualify. Maybe this year I am unable to qualify. You have to beat that reluctance. You can only beat that reluctance by increasing your efforts. You can only beat that reluctance by increasing your efforts. Okay. Now, what about general aptitude? This plays very important role, general aptitude and mathematics. I have seen many students in the past 15 years of my teaching experience. I found that many students are very good in their technical subject, but they are unable to score in general aptitude. They are unable to score good marks in mathematics. Why? Because they left in second year and then they just put their all efforts over the technical subjects. You need to understand that general aptitude and mathematics will have a very high weightage. Alone these 2 subjects can make you qualify gate exam. So these 2 subjects are going to play a very important role in your rank in gate exam. How to deal it with? General aptitude, you need to go with daily 15 to 20 minutes on daily basis. Once you start with a work and time, okay, sitting arrangement, okay, then you can go with the distance, time, distance, speed. So if you are just giving 15 to 20 minutes as you are engineers, it's very easy for you. But you need to give time. You need to understand that the tricks to solve those questions very fast. Okay, so 15 to 20 minutes throughout your preparation you have to give to the general aptitude and engineering mathematics. Engineering mathematics, if you start early, suppose if someone is starting GATE journey now, and if he started with engineering mathematics, then the entire other parts are going to be strong. Why? Because mathematics is going to use in all your core subjects. Okay, for mathematics you need to make the formula sheet. For all subjects you need to make formula sheet, because most of the time what happens, some formula will also help you to connect the concept required to solve a particular question. Practice, you need to increase the practice. This is very high. Maybe a student unable to reach 50 to 100 questions per topic per day, but you can do it. Bifurcating in 2 to 3 days when you are doing the revision, 4 to 5 hours you will do the revision, rest of the part you need to go with the questions. And again you need to go with the GATE different type of PYQ questions which you are unable to understand in the first go. Okay, so again you need to understand those particular concepts. Now come to the weekend routine. Weekend routine means revise whatever was studied during the entire week. Take 1 minute, at least take minimum one your test, subject wise quiz you need to attend. Okay, and also take a rest between testing particular subject and you revising. Why? Because if you take a little bit rest now, your mind will not start searching whatever you have done in the revision part during solving the questions. You know all the concepts. You should know how to keep yourself calm when you are getting some new question. You have to generate the thinking that this is a new question. Now I will read it properly, understand what is asking in the question, then I will solve. So for that you need to take a break between the test or your revision part. Okay, so that is why I have mentioned it in the weekend routine. Reflect, calibrate weekly goals. Now if you are unable to reach your goals, then you can easily follow this particular entire week. If you are unable to recall, if you are unable to maintain your pace, then you can also utilize weekend part. Okay, now the most important part, mostly student thinks that what happened if I'm unable to crack. First thing, if you are giving your 100%, then you will crack your desired rank in this exam. Okay, fear of failure are the reluctance. Basically fear of failure is nothing but it is a reluctance of your mind. So it is a reluctance of your mind. Keep your motivational MMF as high as possible to attract the heaviest iron brick called success in your life. The most important thing is you need to keep your motivational MMF high. How you can keep it high? By creating a self-discipline towards the study, by practicing more and more questions. If you are practicing more and more questions, automatically your motivational MMF will remain high, because you have a confidence that you are going and just crack the exam with your desired rank. Okay, mostly what happened, many times a student thought, sir, my friend also tried but he haven't achieved. Yes, he haven't achieved because he haven't given that much of effort which is required. If you are really wanted to score, if you really wanted to give your 100%, then you will achieve your rank. So please keep this in your mind. All the other things are just a distraction. Be emotionless during your study, and the remaining time from now to your GATE exam, try to give your 100%. Do virtual memorizing. Memory based revision means whatever you have studied, just close your eyes and try to recall everything in the during the night when you are just about to sleep. Just after you woke up, try to again do the revision part. Okay, so that going to change your way of approach towards the questions. Because many times what happened, even we all know that entire periodic table will be done in the dream. So this dreaming part is very important. So when you are just about to sleep and you are memorizing virtually, all the concepts will come. Whatever your doubts, they will also reflect in your mind. And on the next day, when you try to solve that particular thing, your concept will get stronger and stronger. You need to keep this key in order to get your desired rank. So hoping this session will give you a lot of things. Thank you everyone. Lots of love. Thank you everyone.